Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
We begin tonight with breaking news as some North Fargo customers are still without power after an Xcel power outage at around 2:30 this afternoon. Initially, about 7,000 customers were impacted in areas west of University Drive and between Main Avenue and 12th Avenue North. It's the 7th power outage we've seen in recent weeks. We've received several reports from people who lost power, wondering what's going on. One woman near Broadway and 12th Avenue North says she heard multiple loud booms. But some North Dakota residents could soon get some answers. Xcel is being called to Bismarck in about 2 weeks for what is being called an informal hearing into the reliability issue. This isn't the first time Xcel has been called on the carpet to answer questions about the power going out. The Public Service Commission held hearings on the same issue about 2 years ago. We just checked Xcel's outage map, and it's showing still 25 customers are still affected. But no worries for the Garth Brooks concert tonight, though. The Fargo Dome has a generator, and the general manager adds concerts use less power than an NDSU Bison football game. And if you're heading out to the Garth Brooks concert, you might want to plan ahead and make sure you find a parking spot. All 4 of Garth's concerts saw record ticket sales, which means thousands of people will be descending on the Fargo Dome for the next 4 days. Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker spent some time talking to people in the neighborhood closest to the Fargo Dome, and he's here now with a reaction to what's going on at this massive event. Cornelius, what's going on?
A massive event indeed, Christine, and actually what's going on right now, cars are filing in. But a quick side note, the Xcel Energy power outage impacted the Fargo Dome because they were sending out mobile tickets. So they're saying use the second email with those mobile tickets to get into the concert. Now, as I said, about an hour and a half ago, the parking lot opened up and fans are filing in. I spent the afternoon talking to several people who live in the area, and they say that they don't mind whenever events like this happen because they live near the Fargo Dome and they know this is going to happen. And they actually help people out who come to these events by offering them places to park.
I call that my corral. And if they do it right, they can get 3 cars there. Otherwise, I've had them parked in here where there's 3 cars, so there's 6 cars on the grass.
Parking spots right across the street from the Fargo Dome might look enticing, but college students who live there tell me if you park here without a permit, you're more than likely going to get a ticket.
There's so little parking space that they want to make sure everybody gets a chance to park and be able to get to the Fargo Dome with, as much convenience as possible.
So the moral of the story is if you're going to be going to an event where there are thousands of people, do everyone a favor and get there early. Christine, back to you.
Thanks so much, Cornelius. Many bars in the Valley are offering shuttle services to and from the Garth Brooks concert on Friday and Saturday. But if you plan utilizing that service, they recommend making reservations as soon as possible. Tonight's performance in Fargo is the first of 4 shows, and Valley News Team's Lisa Bedeau talked with Brooks today at the Fargo Dome ahead of his first performance.
The Fargo Dome is pretty quiet right now, but as Garth Brooks just told us, it's about to get crazy. Stupid crazy, in his words. Garth told us that there is a science to how they pick their concert venues, and he said he's had great experiences at the Fargo Dome, and that's why he wanted to come back. He said fans can expect a great show. The only thing that's guaranteed for his crew is the first song on the playlist. After that, who knows what he's going to be playing. He does promise he'll play all of his classics that you want to hear with a sprinkling of some of the new stuff. But of course, he's also saying that fans need to bring their A game because he's going to be expecting to feed off of them as well.
You'll see tonight. You'll go, why wouldn't anybody want to do that? Because you're in a room full of people who love the music, and so you're kind of all on the same side, and then you get this party started, and the truth is, I'm hoping we're 20 seconds in and the party's already off and running, and they're leaving me behind, because I love to play catch-up on nights like this.
Tonight's concert is at 7:30, but of course there are 3 more shows after that, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I asked Garth how he keeps up the energy for all of these concerts, and he says it's simply the music. He loves the music, and that keeps him going. Lisa Bedeau, Valley News Live.
And Garth told Lisa he has a crew of about 50 and they do everything together. So if you are on Garth Watch in Fargo over the next couple of days, they should be pretty easy to spot. Garth says he loves to eat and wants to sample some of the Fargo local cuisine. And during the news conference today, Trisha Yearwood commented on how great the weather is, and we can't disagree. There's sunshine and warm temperatures. So let's toss it over to Robert Hahn for today's weather. Robert?
Yeah, certainly a very warm day compared to what we saw just not too long ago, a week or so ago. Some chilly weather today. Temperatures out of control, 90s in parts of the valley, including here in Fargo, right at 90 degrees, 92 in Grand Forks, 91 in Roseau. Record high in both Grand Forks and Fargo, 96 today, so we're not going to get to that level, but it's still very warm and nonetheless. It's also breezy out there, and the combination of the heat, the low humidity, the winds out there, a very high fire danger across the region. Red flag fire warning throughout the area through 9 o'clock tonight, so take care. Outdoor burning not advised, and take care as they discard any of those cigarettes. Clear skies, and we're going to see some mostly sunny skies the rest of the evening. Tonight, some clear skies, and if you're lucky, we do have the Eta Aquarid meteor shower. That peaks tonight, and you could see 10 to 20 of those per hour. So if you're out late tonight, check out the sky, especially off towards the east. And with no clouds around, no precipitation. Here in Fargo, as we head through the rest of the evening, still warm, breezy out there with temperatures falling through the 80s and into the upper 70s by the 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock hour, I should say. We do have more warm weather as we head through your Friday, but then some changes as we head into the weekend. We'll detail those changes coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Robert. Officials say much of the area is in a dangerous weather pattern for fires because of dry conditions, heat, and high winds. So the state of Minnesota has issued a burning ban for Clay County. Sheriff Bill Berquist says they were notified by the state this morning that no burning permits will be valid until Saturday. Anyone caught burning during the ban can be fined. Our heroin epidemic is the topic of a discussion at a public forum in West Fargo tonight and in Grand Forks next week. Experts say a big part of the opioid and heroin addiction problem is sitting right in our homes. Many of our medicine cabinets have unused painkillers that contain the same chemicals found in heroin. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson takes us to Medication Drop-Off Day in Grand Forks and shows us what we all need to know.
It's Medication Drop-Off Day in Altru Hospital's parking lot. Doctors say many heroin addictions begin with an addiction to painkillers and the opioids they contain. Proper disposal of unused narcotics keeps you and kids safe in several different ways.
In addition to all the drug use is kids accidentally getting into medications, and so store your medications appropriately, and when you're no longer needing them and when they're expired, bring them here.
During some of these Medication Drop-Off Day events in Grand Forks, they've collected more than 200 pounds of narcotics at a single event. Law enforcement will tell you that keeping it in your home makes you a target for crime.
You know, we have a lot of break-ins that take place in this community and other communities, and a lot of the break-ins, they're looking for prescription drugs that people store in their house.
Doctors say the medical community has taken notice and they're being more careful about prescribing painkillers.
I think we are. I think physicians in general are paying attention to whether people need the medication, how much we're giving, how long of a time, being really clear on the directions.
And Dr. Swank says properly disposing of our unused drugs is a simple way for everyone to help cure the problem. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
A public opioid drug forum will be held from 6:30 to 8 o'clock tonight at the West Fargo High School Theater. Another one will be held next Tuesday evening from 6:30 to 8 o'clock at the Empire Theater in downtown Grand Forks. The Food and Drug Administration has announced its plan to regulate e-cigarettes and other tobacco products. Under the plan, anyone under age 18 would be banned from buying e-cigarettes. While smoking cigarettes is down among youth, the percentage of high school students using e-cigarettes has skyrocketed in recent years. Public health experts say hookah water, pipes, and cigars are also popular with kids under 18.
Together, that means millions of kids are being introduced to nicotine every year. A new generation hooked on a highly addictive chemical.
The ban on sales to minors will take effect in 90 days. The FDA does not plan to address flavors in e-cigarettes, which many critics say entice kids. And coming up on Valley News Live at 6, Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop looks into how the new rules will impact you and local vape shops. And we're all a little bit guilty of spending too much time on our phones and internet these days. But did you know what we consider a social norm is actually impacting our children and changing how they're learning to communicate?
They have to be on the cell phone all the time. And when parents try to set limits, they become very angry.
Is your cell phone sending you or your child down the road of addiction? Well, tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10, reporter Ashley Bishop finds out if you're spending too much time on your cell phone and internet. Also, she looks into how the digital world is causing worldwide concern and change. Well, some good news for those of you enduring the 13th Avenue reconstruction project. The work is running ahead of schedule. The bad news, there's still a long way to go. That is part of the message businesses along this busy stretch of roadway are getting today. Fargo City officials and the people working on the project are hosting meetings every other week to keep all involved posted on how this project is going. Driving through there is slow going during peak travel times with head-to-head traffic, one lane in each direction. The speed limit is down to 25 miles an hour through the work zone. And Fargo's traffic engineer Jeremy Gordon says driving lanes are tight.
People coming to town for the Garth Brooks concerts, just be patient out here on 13th Avenue. There's quite a few hotels. Access from I-29 really isn't impacted. Even from 94 up 45th Street, you can get around out here. You just got to be patient.
This is one of the state's busiest streets, carrying some 30,000 cars a day. The project is not expected to be completed until October.